are probably hundreds of reading interest surveys out there, and I've used all different kinds. This is my 6th year teaching in my school, so this is probably the 6th one I've used. But one thing I really like about this one is it's just check boxes. It's not very, doesn't require a whole lot out of the kids. When you give them one, in the beginning I gave them interest surveys that were about 5 pages long, and I had them write all this narrative about what their favorite books were and what their reading experiences were, and on and on and on. But for a kid who's a struggling reader or a kid who's a not engaged reader, having them fill out all that stuff is just painful. So having them just do check boxes seems a little bit easier for them, and it's easy for me to look at the results. So I like this idea. I have kids who check no right here, and that's good. I need to kind of, in my brain, classify those kids and get them engaged. Again, it kind of goes back to our chart at the beginning that friends suggest, librarians suggest. We kind of talk about how, we talked about how to choose a book, and so that comes into play right here. I like this 3 favorite books that I would take on a month-long trip. And it's getting me to see how much they are actually reading before they hit my class. How many books they read for pleasure over the summer. When they're reading, I know that my kids are not reading at lunchtime because I see them, so I know that won't be checked off. But I like to see if they have a public library card. Our public library in our community is amazing. It's just beautiful, and they do all kinds of great programs for middle school kids and kids in the community. So that's something that I always push. And this one down here I love to look at. How many books do they have at home? I have to say it's never a whole lot. Kids don't tend to have a lot of books at home. My struggling readers don't tend to answer number 15. They can't think of a literary character that they would want to meet, or so if I see a kid who can't answer this one, I know what kind of books I need to give them for the year. I'm going to need to give them ones with strong characters that they're going to want to meet.